Hello guys and welcome to Sonic Labs, and today we'll be going through some of the best free compressor plugins out there. So let us begin. So our first free compressor is called Leveling Tool by ADHD Audio, and this is modeled after the legendary LA2A type of compression algorithm. So it works really well on vocals. You can use it on your master buses, or you can directly use it on your master track, and you can also use it on drums. And it has a pretty simple interface. You have a gain knob which will determine the amount of signal that is input inside the plugin. Then you have the peak reduction knob which will just reduce the output gain. Then you have your conventional attack release ratio and dry wet knob, so you can blend some parallel processing into your sound. Now the special features are the drive knob, which will add some harmonic saturation to your sound. So this is really unique about this plugin. It also has a high pass filter for sidechain purpose, and you have two types of meters. You have the output gain meter and the gain reduction meter, so you can just switch between both of them whenever you want. And now let's just see how it works. So first of all, we have a vocal sample, so let's see how it works.
Let it go, you gotta move on.
So this was before.
Let it go, you gotta move on.
And this is after. Let's see how it works on the guitar. Before. After. And now the drum beat. Next we have another LA2A type of compressor, and this one's by Analog Obsession. Now this is a bit different from the leveling tool that we saw before. This one is not as harsh as the leveling tool, but since being modeled after an LA2A compressor, it will give you the similar types of features. So there's a gain knob, a peak reduction knob. You can switch between a compressor and a limiter. So this compressor can do the job of both. So let's just see how it works. So this is before.
Let it go, you gotta move on.
And this is after.
Let it go, you gotta move on. Let it go, you gotta move on.
Now for the guitar, before and after. For the drum beat, this is before and this is after. Up next we have the DC1A by Callingham Audio, and this one is a really good plugin for both beginners and advanced mixing, and it's really simple to use because you only need to worry about two knobs. There's an input knob and the output knob, and rest the plugin will handle on its own. So it will just boost your workflow by a lot. You have two metering options just like the leveling tool. There's an output meter option and a gain reduction option, and you can just adjust the mix from here. So you can also do parallel compression with this, and both the input and the output have a range of 20 decibels, so you can just increase or decrease them by 20 decibels. And additionally, it has 4 different types of modes, or you can say features. that you can just enable or disable, and by default all of them are off. So depending on the instrument, you can just experiment with all four of them and see which one works best for you. And now let's just see how it works on our samples. So this is before.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
And this is after.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
Now for the guitar, this is before. And this is after. And for the drum beat, this is before. And this is after. Now this one is like everyone's favorite compression plugin, and many people don't just use it to just compress their sounds, but they consider it as an audio effect. And I think it is an audio effect because it just completely transforms your sound. And this is called OTT by Expert Records. And as you can see, it says it's a multi-band upwards and downwards compressor. What that means is it can compress the sound in both the directions, like it can increase the gain of the sound or even decrease it in gain depending on how you use it. Now what exactly OTT does to a sound is it performs compression at its maximum level on the sound, like it completely crushes the sound. So all those suppressed frequencies present inside the sound just pop out after you use OTT on them. So it's really good to just beef up your sounds and make them brighter, or just enhance any of the three bands you want. Like if you are putting it on a bass, you can enhance the low and the mid band. If you are using it on vocals, you can enhance the high and the mid band. So depending on the type of instrument, you can just adjust the bands. So that's really convenient. Now let's just see how it works. Now for the vocals, this is before.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
And this is after.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
For the guitars, this is before. And this is after. And for the drum beat, this is before. And this is after. Next we have Safe Compressor by Semantic Audio, and this is a really good compressor plugin for anyone who is just getting started with compression, because as you can see, it has pretty simple and straightforward layout, and it has all those settings that a basic compressor should have. It has a threshold knob, a ratio knob, and you can adjust the knee. Then you have attack, release, and output gain knob. Now what makes this compressor special is that it comes with a loads of presets. So as a beginner, you can just understand different types of compression settings for different instruments by observing all the different presets. And while you save a preset, it gives you an option to keep it local or just share it with the community. So you can also access all the presets that are shared in the community. So that just gives you access to thousands of presets for compression. So that's why beginners can really understand how compression works on different types of instruments. Now, what I really like about this plugin is the visualizer that you get with it. It helps you to actually see how compression works, and it also helps you understand the three knobs, the threshold, ratio and the knee knob. So let us just process our sounds. For the vocals, this is before.
Let it go. You gotta.
And this is after.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
For the guitars, this is before. And this is after. For the drum beat, this is before. And this is after. Next we have the Rough Rider 3 by Audio Damage. And let me tell you one thing about this plugin. If you want a really hard and really pumping compression on your sounds, and you think that other plugins are not just compressing your sound enough, then this plugin is your best option. It comes with two options of ratio and makeup, and the third option is about sensitivity. This is unique to this plugin because no other compressor will give you this option. Now what this knob does is it increases or decreases the responsiveness of the plugin of the sound which is fed into it, and this plugin adjusts the threshold of the sound automatically on its own. So this makes it really flexible for using it on any type of sound you want. Now other settings are pretty much normal, like you have your attack, release, output level, and you have a mix knob. And with the latest update you have a sidechain input and sidechain filtering option, so you can just sidechain your drums with any sort of instruments or synths, and this plugin does that really well. So I would definitely suggest you using it for sidechaining also. Let's just see how it works. For the vocals, this is before.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
And this is after.
Let it go. You gotta move on.
For the guitars, this is before. And this is after. And for the drum beat, this is before. And this is after. So that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more such content in future.